Well, Barry, kick off only around the corner. How did pre-season go? What kind of shape do you think Cork City are in going in back up to the top flight?
Yeah, no, pre-season's been very good. To be fair, it's tough. We had some good games, some tough challenges to prepare us. A lot of work done on the training pitch. So no, we're really looking forward now to Friday night and kicking the season off.
Yeah, it's your second full season, but your first season in the top flight. Obviously, it's a big step up, bigger challenges this season.
Yeah, massively. Teams, individuals, everything is up, not just one gear, 2 or 3 gears. So, really exciting. That's as a player, that's where you want to be playing and competing against the best players in the country. So yeah, it's definitely one I'm really relishing and really looking forward to personally.
Just you personally, Barry, do you look back on your own performances over a season? I think you had a good season last year, 14 goals, 12 assists. I mean, do you look back and set goals like ahead of a season and where you can improve and stuff?
Yeah, I think it's important to obviously reflect, but not look too much into it. I understand that it was great last year, but it's going to be, a very hard this year to get goals and obviously win games, obviously because competition's better, but definitely one that, I love getting in the box, I love scoring, so it's one I'll definitely be trying to implement again this year and hopefully can contribute with a couple of goals and assists along the way for sure.
Yeah, and you know what, when do you think you peak as a player? You're 21 now. You'd hear people saying they peak at 24, 25. Do you still think there's a lot of improvement left in your game yet?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure. I think in some ways I'm still only a baby in the game. It's only starting my second full season in the men's game. But also I'll always want to improve and get better, and you see now players are starting to look after themselves and push nearly into their late 30s, 40s playing at a high level. So yeah, I don't think I'm near my peak just yet, thank God, but hopefully can keep improving and consistently playing well for sure, and take it every game as it comes.
How the new signings settling in?
Yeah, great. The Swedish boys are really good lads. To be fair, they've got good English, so it's not that hard to bond with them, but they've been excellent. It's nice to have some fresh faces as well, obviously Tunde and Eaton and that, so having Toby here over from Celtic and stuff, I've known him a while, so it's just really nice, refreshing for everyone, I think, for staff, for players to have new faces, and good healthy competition is a bonus for everyone for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say that, to be a lot of competition for places this year, and obviously, as you mentioned earlier, the standard will be higher. How important is it, I suppose, to hit the ground running? Bo's up first, to be a huge crowd there, obviously. How important is it to start well back in the Premier Division?
Very. I think our home games are special because of the fans that we get in and the performances that not just we've put on last year, but over the years it seems to be a hard place to come for teams. So we'll be using that to our advantage and hoping to put on some really good performances there. But I think everyone's looking forward to Friday night and really wants to start on the right foot and get the club back winning games in the Premier Division, because that's what's expected here, and that's exactly what we're going to try our best to do.
Just the last one for me, Barry. Bohs would be expected to be one of the teams battling for Europe. Do you think it'll be kind of a good gauge of where you are after Friday night? It's just too early to say in the first game, but obviously, a lot of people are expecting City to maybe hold their own back in the Premier Division.
Yeah, I think no matter what happens on Friday night, it's it's still the first game of the season, so there's a lot of football to be played. But for sure, Bohs are, over the past few years, they've consistently showed that they're up in about Europe and in the top half of the table. So it will be a brilliant game. It will be tough for sure. They've got good players and good individual talents, but I think for us, we've got good players and we've got really good manager and that, and we're all really looking forward to it. So we're kind of more relishing it rather than maybe fearing it, if that makes sense. But Friday night should be really good, and it's a really exciting home game. It'll be a good contest for sure.
Good luck Friday back.
Cheers, thanks very much.
All right. No, John, in there.
How would you assess the mood in the camp going into, they're finally starting after a hard pre-season?
Yeah, I think this week especially is kind of nice in a way, in terms of you've got something to look forward to pre-season. For the kind of last 5-6 weeks of it, it can be not dark, but it's tough every day. You're bang at it, you're running, and games are physical and you're just getting your match fitness up. But the last kind of maybe few days has been a little bit more tactical and technical in terms of getting ready and fine-tuning things. So really good. I think everyone's really looking forward to Friday night. It's a long time coming for the club, not just for us as players, but fans and that as well. So I think everyone's really excited about it, and rightly so.
And being back in the top tier now after 2 or 3 seasons out of it, what it's probably hypothetical, but what would be a good season for Cork City in your mind?
To be honest, every game at a time we're going to go and try to get 3 points. Do you know what I mean? It would be silly to look past that. Every game brings the same amount of points, and we know there's going to be some tough games, and fair enough, it's our first season there, but it's not like we fear teams massively or anything like that. We believe in ourselves and what we can do. So I think maybe setting goals, we'll definitely go for 3 points every game, and week in, week out try and win every game we can, and see where that takes us. I think that's
first and foremost.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying. I think that's everyone's priority to start the year, is to stay up, and then secondly to win games. Like, I think if you go in with the mindset, we'll just stay up, it's probably not a great one. Why not go in and say, we're going to win as many games as we can, and see where that takes us. So for sure, I think that's our plan.
Your biggest rivals, the obvious ones, like the Rovers and Derry, I suppose, or
yeah, I think just some really good games in there. They're obviously the top teams in the country, so they're the games that bring the most kind of magnitude, and ones that us as players want to play in, and ones that we want to obviously get wins and results in, because ultimately that's where you want to challenge yourself. That's where you can judge how far off it you are, or if you're at it. So yeah, I think every game, whether it's like Rovers, Dundalk, Bohs, it's 3 points at the end of the day, and then we just got to go for it. Yeah, as players, I don't think, obviously you look forward to big games, but every game is the same, and that's no disrespect to anyone. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of about getting 3 points at the end of the day, and yeah, definitely them teams are really top class teams, and it will be very hard to get results, but still it will be something that will be our goal for sure going into every game.
I just wondered, just from a player's point of view, what do you think are the kind of the big differences between the 2 divisions? Is it in terms of like physicality, probably, obviously, playing at a higher level?
Yeah, I suppose individual quality is probably up there. You've obviously got the best players in the country playing at the best teams, so that will raise the standard no matter what. And then other than that, it's just physicality. The level of play has to be maybe ruthless in both boxes, and knowing that if you're not at it every game, you're going to get beat. Basically, I know that was the same in the first division, although it's not that you got away with it, but you might get let off in some instance. But when you play against better teams and better opposition, like if you're not 100% at it, you'll get punished. So I kind of,
in terms of concentration.
Yeah, in terms of concentration and just and chances in both boxes, in terms of you might only get one chance a game, and you gotta be ready to take it, whereas you might get 2 or 3 in other games. So I think that's massively important. That kind of ruthlessness in both boxes will be probably where most games are decided, for sure.